Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jewel. We are moving on. I think this is now part 8. And we're going to go ahead and sew in the signatures. So I have 2 of my signatures clipped together. And we are moving on to sew them in, and I'm going to show you, then we're going to finish it out by making a tassel. I decided to make a tassel for this one. So I did come in and glue this on. We put this together, but I wanted to sew around it before I glued it on. And then I added the key, and I thought a tassel up here would be really cute. But I'm going to show you how to sew the buttons on. So as you're sewing, add the buttons into the spine. So I went ahead and I'm going to go ahead and clip this so you can see how I clip these. I'm going to move these buttons because I took a picture actually because I wanted them in that order of color. So I'm going to move those aside and I'll have to refer to the pictures. Now I went ahead and made my template, and it's a 1-inch template, and so I simply, the easiest thing with this is you're going to find the middle. That's where your middle signature will go. And then you are going to just separate that into thirds. So I use, the easiest way for me is to use this center ruler. So you can see there's the center, and then I went over a 1/4 of an inch, and then another 1/4 of an inch. So that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4/4 is 1 inch. So, and then I went down 1 inch at the top and drew the line and then put my dots. And so, and then I found the middle again just by bending this or folding this in half. So I have 1 inch down and then in the middle and 1 inch here. So that's the easiest way. And then I poked my holes in there. Now, I already have my holes in these 2 signatures. I wanted this to be the first, this the second, and then the other blue one the third. I'm going to sit down and we're going to start sewing these in. I simply took this heavyweight crochet thread, and for those of you that are new, this is just a simple 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So what I did is I measured 3 times the length of the book and cut that, and then I wax it. So the way I wax it, and it helps it to easily go through the holes and through the signatures, but also it gives it stability when you tie the knot, so the knot doesn't slip. So I just run it through these wax blocks, and I'll run it 3 times. So that's all I did. So I already have them on my needles ready to go. But I'm going to show you how I clip these signatures. So I have always check your pages to make sure they're all in the order you want. I did come in and add a fabric flip. I know I mentioned possibly doing that, and I did. The only thing I might come in and do after the book is done is decorate this coffee stained pocket piece. Oh, and here's something that I did too, and I wanted to show you how I did that. And I'm going to just take this piece of paper here. So to make this pocket series, I have a pocket here, a pocket here. Oops, I forgot to glue these 2 pieces down. So these have to be glued down because I'll have side pockets here as well. And I do this out of 1 sheet of paper. All right, so I'm going to glue that one. And that one there. Okay, and so then what I have is we're going to have a pocket here and here, and then in here in the side here. I'll show you right here, a pocket in there. And actually you could probably do a pocket in behind there as well. Nope, that's glued down. So a pocket here. So 1, 2, and then a pocket in the side. So let me show you that real quick, and then we'll put those together. All I did was I turned, I wish I had a printed page here, and I don't. I turned this page up here, or this piece up here like this, and then I brought this one under to meet the other one, okay? And then you can see I have a little bit, so there's going to be a pocket here and here. And then if you just fold this, okay, and you would slip this in your book. So basically what I would do is I would glue it here, okay, and then glue it here, okay, and then just glue this top sheet here. So then you'll have a pocket here, and pocket in here actually. Okay, so that's how I did that. All right, so now we are ready. This piece seems to be sticking up a little bit, so let me pull that down. It's kind of, oh, I see, it's getting caught on the lace, so. All right, so let's get that in there, and this, yeah, all right, let me get a couple of clips. I don't think I'm going to have time to do I literally just clip one side and then I flip it around and I clip the other. And this one is not clipped well. It's shifted a little bit on me. Okay. You want to make sure, Sam, I'm kind of rushing this, but you want to make sure your pages are pushed way to the back. Sometimes I take a ruler and I kind of will just take it like this and I'll hit the ruler. I go like this to make sure, because then you're fishing for your pages and that's no fun. If any of you have sewed signatures in and the holes don't go evenly through. Okay, then let me show you, because everybody has their own way, but this is the way that works best for me. So when I go to put the holes in and mark it, I fold on each line. Okay, so I'm going to fold, this is the third of the signature. This will be number 3. So this is my third line. And I'm folding right on that, you can score it if you want, if it's easier. And then I just literally just tuck this piece just like this in here, and I can see where the holes are. And I'll just evenly put it between the two ends. And that's just the way I do it. And then you can either mark it or I just poke a tiny hole, because then what I do is take this in the palm of my hand. Now, watching that I don't poke my hand, then I just simply put it through all the pages. So 1, 2, this one's kind of thick. This is the thickest of the 3 signatures, and 3. Okay, and try to go as straight as you can. So that's going to be the third one. Now what I want to do is I like to sew in the middle signature first. So I'm going to refer to the picture of which button I used. And it's there. So the middle one was that tan color button, this one right here. So let me grab one of my threads. I've got, there I have three needles, and just threaded the yarn through to leave about this much out. Okay, we're gonna go in through the middle. It's not a good start. There we go. And I like to sew in the middle signature first, and work my way out to the outsides. It seems to work better for me when I'm working with the book. Okay, there's that. And then I'm going to go through the top or the bottom, it doesn't matter. Okay. Then we're just doing a simple 3-hole pamphlet stitch. if I'm doing a heavy journal, I usually do a 5-hole pamphlet stitch just because it's a little bit more secure. Then I'm going to go back through that middle signature and make sure I don't split the threads, which I often do, because then you have to back it out and go do it again, because then you can't get your signatures tight if you do that. Oh crap, sorry about that. I forgot to put the button in. All right, so we're going to have to back this out. I gotta put the button in. I gotta put the button through. That's the whole reason. Okay. Whoops. Shucks. Which way? This one. I gotta take this one. Wait, no. Yeah, this one out. Okay, let's do that again. So this is where we gotta do the button. Oh, I gotta trim that off. Here I rush to save time and then I mess up. Oh well. I don't like to have a series going into 8 and 9 parts, but this new camera app I'm using, I used to be able to do 60-minute videos, the other one, and this one doesn't seem to like to do that. I think it's a better quality. Okay, now we're gonna go back through this hole and that hole, and now we're gonna add the button before we go back through the middle. Oh wait, son of a gun. This is all wrong. Should be on the inside. Let me start it again. This is, okay. Back through the middle. I mean, you can have your strings on the outside, but that's gonna ruin the look of my, okay. There we go. Now we can add a button. All right. So I'm going to add this button. I'm coming in from behind. Okay, and that way the button comes on the outside. You can see it. Okay, so then I'm just going to let that button hang there and go back in. Okay, and then let me look at the picture to see which color button I had at the other one. If you guys, like, if you're setting up a collage and stuff like that, and you're looking at it, and you're layering it, taking pictures helps a lot. So you can remember before you glue things. Okay, now we're gonna add another button. And let me look at the color. And I think it was, okay, it's going to be down here in the middle. It's going to be the deep gray one. This gray one. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing here. Coming in from behind. Okay, and then that way. Just like you sew a button on a shirt, only you're sewing it into your signature. And we're gonna go down through the bottom hole. Oops. Wow, come on. I'm getting myself all tangled up over here. I got too much stuff on my desk. Okay, and then we're gonna tie it off in the middle, and then what you do here is, let me move that aside, come up from the other side of the yarn, of your thread. Okay, now I'm tightening this up a little bit, and then I'm gonna bring that through, and I'm gonna take my needle off, and I'm going to start pulling. You don't need to worry too much about the placement of your buttons because you can slide these around, but I just want to make sure that this is tight. So I don't want to break my string, but this is pretty strong. Okay. And I usually do 3 knots. You can do 2 knots. If I had a thicker, my other thicker already waxed linen thread. I didn't use that in this. I really got angry with it last time because every signature I sewed in, I was doing a 5-hole. Now, pamphlet stitch, you can leave your strings long and add beads to them. I'm not going to add beads to these. I'm actually going to do this, and I'll probably come back and tie a knot. Now, I just want to go ahead and take the clip off, one of the clips, and then clip this whole signature together before I go to my first one. Okay, now we got another needle, and we are going to do the next signature. This is the first one. The holes are ready. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going in through the middle. Okay, and we're going to find the next button. Let me find my picture again. Is this dark one here. It's like a marble color. So I'm going in through the back of the button first, and then down through the front of the button, and through the top hole. Whoops, let me do this. Always can be, sewing in signatures can be a little fiddly, especially if your holes don't line up. I mean, I can't even tell you the hundreds of books I've sewed signatures in, and it's still not the easiest thing for me. Some people love it. I don't love it. Okay, back through the middle. I think the biggest thing for me is my hands are weak, so I do not have the strongest hands. I don't know why that's not going back through. It's not finding the hole. Probably, oh, why is that not finding the hole? Let me see. I have RA, so through the years, there we go, got it. The years, they just have gotten weaker. So that's probably why I don't love this part of the process. Okay, now let me move this button up. It's getting hung up on that one, so. All right, and then I think the next button is going to be this pretty button here. I'm going to come in through the back of the button and then down through the front of the buttonhole. And all right, so we've got 2 signatures just about sewn in, and let's tighten this up. All right, let me check the back of the book. I'm gonna move this button down a little bit, move that button up. Okay, it's a little loose. Okay, there we go. And tie a knot. 1, 2, and 3. And trim just a little bit of this thread off. Move this and this. And I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and take this clip off, and that clip, grab a big clip over here and put these 2 together. these two signatures. And that just will hold them in place while I do my third signature. Okay, there's my third yarn. Let me see, I've got this pearly pink one next, and then that one, okay. And this is signature number 3. In through the middle. Okay, and oops, gotta add the button. Add the button, Julie. In through the back. And then down through the front. This is a pretty button. I just went in and found buttons that I thought, you know, coordinated. And sometimes they kind of get hung up on each other, so you gotta, you know, just go back and look. And here, let me flip this around. Actually, I'm just gonna open the book, pull that in, and then okay, back through the middle. Okay, and my last button, and then we will take a look at all these buttons and tighten everything up. We'll tighten this one up, and then we'll put the buttons in the places that we want them on the spine. Okay. And the last, very last hole. You see, I flip my book a lot because it's easier for me. So it's moving constantly when I tie these signatures in. Okay, now let's get this. This one's pretty loose, so let me look at my spine. Yeah, I've got this tangled. So there we go. I think I want this one down here and this one here. And let's get that tightened up. Oh, there we go. Whoops, still loose. Let's see if I split the thread. Let me see. There we go, it's tightening. I'm gonna move this button up a little bit here. Oh, this one looks a little loose. I'm gonna have to go back in and tighten that one. And for some reason, yeah, it's tightening, but it's just a little fiddly. This one must have been hung up. I have to go back in and tighten that thread. I might have to do this one over. The button could have been, sometimes the button gets hung up on it under the other button, and then you can't get it super tight. So that's why you got to check your spine. I should have checked better, but that one's a little loose, so I'll redo that one. Let me see if I can tighten it up, if I can untie the ties. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. All right, let's take this out and then go take a look at that one signature that's a little loose. Yeah, this one right here, man, is it loose. The middle one's good. This one's loose. Okay, I'm going to work on that. Boy, oh boy, it's really loose. So it'll look like this, but let me move these buttons around a little bit. Okay, and then I'll untie that and get that a little tighter. There, so the spine will look like this, and I just think they're just as cute as can be. This is that first one I gotta tighten up. And let me move that one. I think I'll move this one up a little bit and then separate them all out. So that's what the spine will look like. Isn't that cute? And we're going to add a tassel, and we're going to make a tassel together in the next one and then put this whole project together, and we're almost there, guys. So I hope you got something out of that, tying it in. And if you've never added a button to your spine, try that, because I think it's really cute. Okay, join me back here for one more video, and that's making a cute tassel and attaching it to the spine, and I'll show you how to make a removable one. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.